Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending when you're watching this. This is Barry Selby just showing my book off again. So, welcome to have you here. So, hi, welcome to my later than usual Love Scope. This is turn it off. Thanks for coming in. I know some regulars can be joining me shortly because they've been waiting for me to do my Love Scope today, and I want to make sure I bring that into you. So, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I'm watching the screen doing some funny things. Okay, back on track. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. If you're here for the first time, please make sure you do tap on the little guy in the corner. And when you do, brings a little profile, tap on profile and tap follow me. Also, please feel free to share this on Twitter and also on in your followers on Periscope. And we'll get to the subject in hand, which is real world romance. For those of you who don't know me, and I guess I'm going to jump right in and get it done now because the replay is going to be useful for people. And I'll spend 10 minutes waiting for you to show up because you're here, give you the value. I am a relationship coach. I'm also a #1 best-selling author. That's why I was showing the book at the beginning. This is my book. It's on Amazon. Also a physical book in Kindle as well, and also an ebook. And if you want to get it from my site, you can get it here, barryselby.com/book. Really hard to remember, isn't it? That'll get you what you need. You can get the ebook there, which is basically immediate download, and it's only $10. So I say get that. You get the physical book from Amazon, but it takes like 3 weeks. It's worth it, but it's like, you know, if you want the immediate content, you can get it on ebook. So, topic at hand. This is talking about real-world romance. Not to leave it to chance. And I've spoken about this in different forms for the last few weeks. Bring it back home again today. Mainly because I was speaking to a client this afternoon, who basically was looking at the way of dating as being something she would just do as a have to. She didn't want to do any of the work. She wanted, and this is how we started, so we had to shift from here. But what she wanted was to get the perfect person, but she'd just go online randomly dating and see if they find them. Now, I'm saying it emphatically that way, so I hope you get the point really quickly, which is the unlikelihood of that happening. So what I want to speak to in this context is how to intentionally and volitionary, that's an interesting word, volitionary, yeah, I'm making words up now, it's okay. Intentionally, let's do intentionally, it's easier, much one word. How to intentionally create a vision of what you want and attract the partner you really desire. And then when you go out on your online dating scene or smartphone apps or social gatherings, you'll be able to define them more easily. Interesting. Hopefully it lands for you. So let me speak to this a bit more. Most people, which may include you, maybe not, certainly included me back in the day, weren't really exactly wise on how we made our choices about romance. We basically fell into love, fell into connection by someone we met, who we're attracted to, by chemistry usually. And there's been research done on this where chemistry versus mental connection, emotional connection, physical connection, spiritual connection, actually it's out of order, last different times. And a physical connection, which is chemistry, can last maybe 3 months on its own. It can vary depending on the people, but it's not very long. A mental, as in an understanding, a connection, a communication relationship can last 6 or 8 months. An emotional connection could last perhaps 9 months, maybe a year. But a spiritual connection, which is everything, when it's really fully integrated and all of you is present in the relationship as your partner is, can last a lifetime or multiple lifetimes, if you believe in that stuff, which I happen to believe in. So, if you're looking for romance and it's the chemistry type, unless in those first 3 months you develop the mental or the emotional or the spiritual connection that takes it beyond that, it's going to pretty much fade out. It's going to be really, to be honest, sad. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be trying to keep dragging it along and it's not going to last because the energy is going to dissipate unless you do things to fuel the fire and keep the fire going. That's another thing, by the way. With my clients in my coaching, and it's in my book, there are ways you can do, ways you can be rather, to perpetuate, or should say to extend the chemistry. But again, on its own is not enough for most people. Some people can survive on it. Some people can't. Personally, I believe relationships should be a holistic, a complete experience. And that, for me, and sorry, my computer's making bleep sounds, let me mute that out. What I was going to say, thank you for inviting followers, by the way. I appreciate that. And so I'm just seeing if I find a name so I can thank you. David. Thank you, David. I appreciate you doing that. Okay. So I'll bring this to a point, to clarity, to give you some reference. It frustrates me, honestly, watching people get into relationships for the wrong reasons, and I'll get to one of the main reasons in a moment, and watch them suffer the consequences afterwards. Bad breakups, broken hearts. You know, my brand, I'm titled as the Heartbreak Repair Specialist, so I see a lot of broken hearts. And it's work to heal them. I don't mind getting paid for it, but truthfully, it's frustrating to watch them falling into that trap. So I like to help them prepare properly, as well as heal their patterns, so they don't do it again. Because this dance of relationship cycle, where it's going into one relationship and it fails, come out, go on the other side, start another relationship, go in, fails, come out the other side, you know, the loop, the circle. It's, from the outside, it's sad to watch. From the inside, it feels okay, but truth is, it's covering up scar tissue. It's trying to heal the wounds without doing the healing. So, and I talked about this a few days ago about a rebound romance. That rebound romance is exactly that. It's a means to temporarily cover up the wound so you feel better, but what you're doing is burying the injury and not actually healing it. It's not a wise move. And certainly not in romance, it's not, because your heart's getting wounded, and then it's staying wounded underneath the protection of a parent veneer of love, which is insane. So, I'm passionate about helping my clients truly have a holistic way of approaching a relationship that is embodying who they really are, that steps in their truth, in their passion, their joy, their authenticity, so that they are actually coming from the place of being full. Key is this: when you're being full in your relationship choices, your partner will be attracted to you because you're not needy. If you come in a place of lack, think they're going to save you, make you feel better, and they'll be okay, they're likely going to go, no thank you, I'm running the other way, and they'll leave. Don't recommend that. What I do recommend is that you take care of yourself, period, at all times, whether you're in a relationship or not. At the same time, when you're looking for love, look from the overflow of who you are, rather than the lack you think you have, because you don't have a lack, but you may perceive it that way. So my recommendation is, do the work that you need to do to heal your own wounds, to heal your heart, and to heal any baggage you're carrying from the past. I didn't get into that now. There's a whole other conversation. I'll do another scope for that. To step into your truth and to be living authentically. It's a huge piece of work, I understand. And I've been studying stuff for 30 years, so I've had a bit of background in this. But I'm grateful also I had a very blessed journey, but still I had heartbreaks along the way that I had to heal. And so now I teach that myself to my clients. I wrote about it in my book again. This book is not, it's easy to read. You have to be in balance to be in a relationship. Ideally, yes. You want to be, not so much in balance as much as being self-sufficient. Being autonomous in who you are and loving yourself enough to attract a healthy relationship, rather than being wounded and think you'll attract something less than that. So yes, in balance is a good way of putting it. I have a different way of languaging it myself. But this book has a lot of content in it. Now, it's not hard reading. It's actually a fast read. It's 50 principles. But there's a lot to relationships. And so we don't come with user manuals. Nobody does. I mean, I'd say that's a pretty good user manual, but it's not the same thing. It's like we don't get user manuals when we're born as kids. We don't get user manuals as adults to go into relationships. So it's a lot of it's guesswork. It's an absolute, it's a crapshoot. That's why the divorce rate is over 50%. And the divorce rate from second and third marriages is over 70%. You think people aren't learning this? I wish I could tell everybody this. And truthfully, when working with my clients, I really help them. And so I'm making my dent, as it were, in that divorce situation to support my clients in creating a much different environment for themselves to attract healthy love. So to summarize and bring back the title I started with, because I got a bit off track there, real world romance isn't the airy-fairy fairy tale stuff you see on TV or in movies. Real world romance is being real with yourself. It's reality. It's authentic. It's in integrity, which most people don't do. They live in a fantasy what it could be like, and truth be told, that fantasy will not come true. Period. Soulmate stuff, I have a whole thing about soulmates. I'll get into that another time. If you want to find out more about what I talk about, go to my website and have a look. If you go to, in fact, I'll do sorry, I've got to find the page for it to make you, so you can see it. If you go to, whoops, there we go. This is my, sorry, I have to set in front of the tripod so you can see it. This is my website, and basically go to barryselby.com. And if you go to barryselby.com, come to focus, there you go, or theloveconfidant.com, either way, /consult, which is let's chat right at the top there. You'll be given a chance to, whoops, zap up the computer. You can sit down, we can talk about, let's rewrite your romance story. And that's what I offer. So this is a complimentary discovery session you can have. And if you go to my website, you find out more about it. If you also have, oops, there's the, see how fast this loads. This is the book page for my book, which is eventually going to display. There we go. And by the way, it is Amazon #1 bestseller. That's pretty cool. Also, I've got a special deal right now called Your Dating Advantage. If you're a single lady looking for love, this is a very economical way of getting involved in my work. And this program, and there's the cover of the book there, has been reduced in price to a drastically reduced price. So if you want to get involved in that right now, $69. So if you want to get into love the right way and start with the right pattern in place, this is the way to go. So barryselby.com/ click on Your Dating Advantage in the menu up there, and you'll get the information you need to know. All right? So to summarize, because, sorry, I put back in the tripod again. There we go. Stay. So to summarize, if you want love to attract a healthy relationship, real world romance, be smart. Take the steps in your own journey. Do the work on yourself so you can be available for the best possible relationship you can have. Because frankly, if you're like me, and I think you are in this sense, you don't really want to waste time with a partner that doesn't help you, support you, serve you, compliment you, praise you, all those things you want in a partnership, which you give to them as well. Hint, hint. Do the work. Take the steps to own your own magnificence. Heal your own heart. And yes, this is what I do for my clients. And really get clear about your vision so you can attract what you really deserve. You get those things in alignment, then you go on Tinder or Match.com or some other social media site or something else, or meet someone in a bar. You'll know right away if that's the right one or not. If it is, you can move forward step by step. But the thing about it is you won't be desperate to do it because you already own the beauty inside yourself, the power inside yourself. And this is why I love helping my clients. They stand differently, they carry themselves differently, they get a different level of support and different level of partnership because they step up into their fullness. That's why I love doing this work. So if you want to find out more about me, there's a whole bunch of stuff I just showed you in the replay. If you go back to the replay of my website, get some links I can post here manually. Wow. Oops, sorry for that page. My archives, because I do put all my Periscope recordings up on catch.me. So catch.me/barryselby. The downside is right now, there's no sorting to them. They're just listed there, and there's love scopes and other things in there. But just scan through the love scopes and watch those. I will embed them in my website at some point into a blog, but in the meantime, they're just sitting on catch.me. So that's all my summary of today's scope. If you're just joining me, thanks for coming in. Please go back and watch the replay because it went through a fairly circuitous route, but it got to some pretty clear points you can learn from. My name is Barry Selby. I am the Heartbreak Repair Specialist. I am also known as the Love Doctor, #1 best-selling author, a passionate devotee for the feminine. I'm actually a champion of the feminine in my work, but I also work with men and couples who want to change the paradigm of love to something that rocks their world and celebrates their life. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, please go back and watch it. Sorry, if you're just joining me, please go and watch the replay. The good news is you can scan forward and backwards, which is cool. Hopefully you watch the whole thing. What do I think of eHarmony? First, a caveat, I have friends who work there, so I need to respect them. Secondly, of the online dating sites, it's probably one of the better ones. You know, thank you, I appreciate that. eHarmony is one of the better sites because it introduces people through content before they do pictures, which is, that's all another piece. I did a conversation on this about 3 weeks ago about how men and women are attracted differently. I might do a scope about that next week. We're different. So eHarmony takes that off the table. It gives you a chance to introduce yourself by finding out who each other is before you meet in person, which is a good way of doing it. And eHarmony's focus is different. Now, I've heard, now I'm not speaking to the definition of this, but as far as I know, eHarmony is more of a Christian dating site. Things like JDate are the other end of the spectrum, being another different religion, other sorts of dating sites. Match is more neutral. So if you're feeling that's what lines up for you, eHarmony works. I personally am very biased about having the work done first before you go to those sites. So if you're somebody who's looking to break the pattern of your relationships and cycles, I am I like to think I'm the person you go to see before you go to eHarmony. eHarmony, Match.com, Tinder, all those apps and sites have different functions, different roles, but none of them do the healing work you need to do before you start. And that's where I step in. So you can do the work with them, but truth be told, they're just the resources place you'll find people. Do the work first, and then you become clear that what you do is select and you find the one you want, and you take a journey forward. That's it. So again, you're welcome. Thanks for watching the scope, and please go back and watch the replay. This actually got better than I thought, different angle than I thought, which is how Periscope is, because I don't have a script. This is really spontaneous. The title was created 3 minutes before I did the scope, so that's what came through. I am launching some things next week. I'm still playing with ideas, but it's going to be probably a Motivation Monday around love and relationship. So make sure you are following me, please. Again, tap the little guy in the corner. Either swipe right on the iPhone, swipe up on the Droid. Ooh, yes. Yeah, mine's plugged in for that very reason. I have a cable. Because my battery dies all the time. So, real quick. Go to, swipe right on the iPhone up on the Droid, or tap the little guy in the corner, bring up my profile, tap follow me. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you can be following me on Do My Next Announcements. I do a love scope at least 6 days a week. So there's love, relationship, teaching every day, except maybe Sunday, because I have other commitments on Sunday. But if you do that, well, you can find the archives again on catch.me/barryselby. You can find all my previous stuff is out there too. All right? Thank you for watching my scope. I did one early today about how I found my passion, my purpose. This is it. If you want to watch that scope, it's out there in the archive right now on Periscope. And I'll be back again soon. All right? So thank you for... Daniel, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Sorry, I was checking on who these, because unfortunately without putting these on, I couldn't see some of the copies, so I'll make sure I did. All right? So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying by. I'm actually going to head out. It's time to go. I will see you later. Have a great evening, great morning, great afternoon. Enjoy the replay. Share it with your friends. I'll be back in again tomorrow with more stuff. See you, folks. Bye.